am type 1 diabetic. I have type 1 diabetes. They mean the same thing, right? Well, one is a label and one is not. So, labels, we put them on food, clothes, products, and now people. Is it okay to force a label on a person? Well, labels can be beneficial. Sunflower lanyards are used to show someone has a hidden disability. Theoretically, these should help people in public spaces access extra support and understanding without drawing too much attention to themselves, which may work for some people, but for others it could cause a snap judgment to be made. Many parents also push for their children to get a diagnosis for a neurodivergent condition as soon as possible. This is so they can access extra support in schools to help them get the most out of their education. But are these kids now being restricted by a difference? Could this cause them to feel excluded from their peers who aren't being labelled with a diagnosis? When I was younger, I experienced resentment to labels through my relationship with my condition, type 1 diabetes. It's a condition that I have, but I've never wanted to be defined by it. I would always be adamant I didn't want diabetes to stop me doing anything the other children were doing. I wanted to run around and pee just like the other kids. I didn't want to sit out sometimes because I was having a low blood sugar. I wanted to eat lunch at the same time. I wanted to play, I wanted to laugh, I wanted to have fun. And I wanted to cry because I fell over and not because I was exhausted from being different. I was always very stubborn and determined, but ultimately I was just a young girl who didn't want to be characterised as my condition. Nevertheless, I have a friend diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at a similar time, who actually finds comfort in having a label to explain why they live a different life, and to give them a reason to say if they're struggling. In this case, the label is integral to my friend's well-being. This shows it's different for everyone. But labels can sometimes be misleading, causing people to judge a book by its cover. When I was watching a semi-final football game between two leading European teams, a substitute was brought on. And the first thing the commentator referred to was that this player was a Muslim. Now, while the commentator may have said this as an attempt to inspire young people who are Muslim and who are underrepresented in the football industry, I wonder whether it needed to be the first thing they pointed out. Would his talents and achievements as a footballer not be a more appropriate label to lead with? By first labelling him by what he is, does this cause people to make a snap judgment? So the problem with labels is not the label itself, but the stereotypes society associates with them. But what would society look like without labels? Is it possible to live in a world where we don't label ourselves and others? After all, it's a natural human instinct to want to belong to a group or to identify as a type, and labelling is just one way of doing this. But what if we looked at this in a different way and label ourselves and others based on key values and behaviours? For example, kindness, respect, loyalty. What kind of labels should we aspire to? So, I am type 1 diabetic. I have type 1 diabetes. Do you still think they mean the same thing? Not for me. I always say I have type 1 diabetes because I choose for it not to define me. But this is a personal choice, and so shouldn't it be everyone's choice as to whether they are subject to a label, rather than one being assigned to you by somebody else or by society? So, I guess the real question is, do you want to be labelled? Thank you.